Hello guys, welcome and welcome back to yet another vlog. It's your village champion, your village girl, Irina TL, and I appreciate you all much for the support, for the love, and for everything that you're doing for this channel. So today it is just a cool afternoon, a calm one. So I'm like, since I have time, why not share some African wisdom to my village champions? So there is something that I've seen, Africa has different regions, but most of these regions share values, they share the wisdom, and they share a lot of things. So there is a proverb in my mother's tribe, which is also my tribe, that when a basket goes to another house, it brings another basket. Oh yeah, that is just more practical. That it is in English, it would be like one good turn deserves another. So literally, what happens this side in Africa, where I come from, that is in Uganda, in Toro culture. So when a certain family gives gifts, most cases the gifts used to be like produce, like crops, okay, mainly food. It is normally donated, not donated, or presented in a basket, which basket you don't stay with, you have to bring back. So they normally send the kids, oh, go deliver this to the other house. So when they go and reach that house and it is presented, they have to remove and then give the whoever took the property back the basket to return it home. So that proverb says that when a basket goes to another house, it brings another basket. Literally, it doesn't mean that they're going to give you another basket. It means that basket doesn't come back empty. It is not a mandate like, oh no, it doesn't have to come back empty, but it's just like culture. We grew up and found it like that. So most cases, I've seen my grandparents, when someone brings something to them, for example, yes, like I've told you, in the basket, maybe it's been a season for beans, and then someone brings to them, maybe they harvested first before her, they bring the beans to her. So she will collect the beans from the basket, and whatever she has, be it millet flour, something, or maize, or whatever she has also harvested first, she'll put something little and take back. So that is why I said one good turn deserves another. So that is how it is done this side. And I've seen my mom do that several times, you guys. Like several times, most of her friends, when they give her things, or because African women, they always share, because we always grow up in a community. There is when someone gets something and she knows, okay, I have to share with others. So they present to her those things. So what happens? She will get, even if, like, there are those days when you literally don't have anything. I wouldn't say anything, but you do not have like what seems to be that you can give. So what I've seen her do, she will get something, however little, be it ghee or something, and wrap it small, however small it is, and put it in the basket, and then the basket goes back. So that is why they say when a basket goes to another house, it brings yet another basket. I hope you guys got me. So it is not a mandate that, hey, why did you bring back the basket empty? Like it is just the culture, just like they ask you what is your name, and you don't really need to think, that is how it is. It just so happens like that. I don't know, I grew up, I found it like that. It's not a mandate, but that is how it was right from our grandparents. Okay, so that is why I said one good turn deserves another. There is when some people are so good to us. Of course, they give you not expecting anything in return. Even by the time I'm telling you, my grandparents, they are donating these things and they are not expecting much in return. This is just like, and I don't know how to call it. So even most cases, people are so good to us without like strings attached, that maybe I expect this in return, or Erina should give me back this in return. But it should be among us to return good favors. It's not that you pay back what you were given. No, it is returning a favor. One good turn deserves another. So it is when I tell you this, that when I say that the basket that goes to the side doesn't come back empty, it is not like you are paying. It is like, because they believe so much that blessed is the hand that giveth than the one that taketh. So when the other one takes the blessing of giving by giving you, so you on the receiving side, you also become a giver in return and partake of that blessing. I don't know if I'm explaining it right, but yes, blessed is the hand that gives than the one that receives. So it is not good to always be just on the receiving side all the time and all the time. It is good to return some favors. It's not a mandate though. You should not be on tension. Hey, Erin has done for me this, I have to return a favor. No. Most cases I do things by the way without expecting anything in return. Okay? But you should also learn to give. I think this was initially to teach the people that it is good to give. You should not only be on the receiving ends only. Do you know there are some people who only want to receive all the days of their all the days of their life. So it's not good to only be a receiver all the days of your life. Take off time, also invest in others. Like, and not only, by the way, Mark, you not only people who have been so good to you, but learn how to give genuinely and generously. Okay, I think that is what that proverb was meant to teach to my grand, like to where I come from. I think that is the moral it was supposed to teach people how to give, in that you should not only expect others to give to you, don't only be on the receiving side all the time and all the days of your life. Also make an effort to make sure that you reach out to other people. Yes, there are some other people who may not be maybe necessarily giving to you, but if you realize there is a need to give, or if you're generally a giver, you will not wait for someone to first give you. You give back. Just give freely. By the way, when you learn how to give, you find peace, you find life, you find freedom. Okay, like me, I've made it a point every time someone gives me something, I have to share it with someone. I don't eat it all alone, that oh, for me, myself and I. No, every time someone gives me something, that is just a rule in my life. Every time someone gives me something, I have to share it with someone, even if it's money. Even when someone gives me money, I make sure that okay, I give another person also, because it was freely given to me. I also make sure that someone else eats from my palm, or someone else enjoys the sweat of the person who gave to me. So I have learned to give genuinely and generously that way, because of the background, like I've told you where I come from. Yes, even if, by the way, let me tell you this. Now, even if that basket came to our home when the elder person is not there, they may send the other kid back, that you go back, we shall bring it, so that when the elder comes, he or she will decide what to give back, or they present to them that this is what we got, or the basket will be given back, so that whoever delivered the package goes back with it. So when the other person comes, for example, the elder will tell them, okay, so and so gave us this. You will report to them, and then they'll say, oh, that is so nice. So maybe next time when they are passing by, you'll also carry something for them. But I've told you it's not a mandate. That is what I've seen my grandmother do. So so I wanted to share it with you, that when a basket that goes to another house never comes back empty. So even if we are to look, not to look at the physical, let me tell you, we may, even if it comes back empty, literally it is not empty, because there is a blessing to every giver. Because I know there are some families that can be in position where they are not able to give anything. Okay, yeah, the produce is not there, like the house, they have run out of supply. So there is a blessing for every giver. Okay, so you may see it come back just empty, and then you feel like, oh, there is nothing, but it is not empty. There is always a blessing to a giver. So I hope you really got my point. I thank you. Let me continue cleaning my maze. I hope I explained to you that very well. Why I got the morale to share with you that story is that I am in a Leptong village. It is in the Lango region. So yesterday I go to see my friend's grandmother. I carried, of course, for us, it is a blessing to give to the old people. So when you're going to an old person, you do not go empty handed. You always carry something small They say he who wants to carry a lot for their parents never reaches. Nditwala bingi tatuuka. That let me wait, when I get a lot, that's when I'll go and visit my parents. No. So however little it is, you always go to our parents. So I was going to visit my friend's grandmother. So by induction, she's now my grandmother. So I had to carry something small. When I reached there, she's like, "Oh my god, thank you!" And you guys, it was so little. It was so little. It was literally, it was less. It was approximately $2. It was worth $2. So the old woman, she's in her 80s. The old woman, 80s, 70s, late 70s, around there. She was so happy, like, "Oh my God, thank you so much. God bless you. May God bless the works of your hands." And I'm like, "What? But this is little grandma." She's like, "No, no, 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 no. All that is not true," and all that. You know what she did? So by that time she was coming from the garden, she didn't have a key to her store. Just today, she had to walk all that. It is like 2 kilometers to where I am, and brought for me like something. I will not tell you what she brought for me. And she brought for me something. She's not the only one. Still yesterday I went to see another uncle to my friend. I call him Papa. That's what I've been calling him. So still I took them for them something very little, like very little. They were like, "Oh my god, thank you so much. That is so thoughtful of you," and all that. And then they packed for me also. So like I didn't come back empty handed. Like I wasn't expecting anything. I freely gave. I was not where nowhere in my head was I expecting anything, but they gave to me. So I'm like, okay. So the Luo also have the culture from my mother's side or from my tribe. I'm like, wow. So we are all the same in different ways. All the different let me say sayings, proverbs, and do's and don'ts in the different cultures, like they just have to shape us into good people that we are meant to be. So for example, they also have it this side, like it is just normal. I don't know, it's just natural, it just happens naturally. And I was so impressed, you guys. I really hope you got my point. I really hope you learned that one good turn deserves another. So always return a favor, but also don't only wait for favors. Learn to give genuinely and generously. I hope you got my point. Thank you so much for following the village champion, your girl Erina TL. I appreciate you for all the support and all the love. May God keep you for me, and see you right in the next vlog.